Hello, and welcome to another episode of The End of the Search. This one I call it, The Mind is Not Powerful, it's Deceitful. It's very different. What do I mean by that? The mind is a thought in all that there is. Mind is also referred to as ego, you see? Sometimes many people say, oh, is that my ego? My ego has the power over me. Or is my mind that is so powerful? No. The mind is just simply a collection of thoughts. That's it. That's what the ego is. It's a storyteller. It's not powerful because it has no power over you. And I'm talking over you, I'm not talking the person. I'm referring to as what we are. It has no power over us. But when I believe in it, when there's a belief in the mind, in the content, it appears as if though has any power over me. And that's why we say that the mind is powerful, but in reality it's deceitful, because it's just basically playing a game that means absolutely nothing. When you're sleeping at night and you're dreaming, does the dream has any power over you? No, the dream cannot affect you in bed. But it appears as if it has power over you because you're the one feeding it and don't even know it. You're not reacting to the dream, you're reacting to the interpretation that you're giving to the dream by making it real in your mind. But the dream itself is not real. Well, the mind has no power over you unless you believe in it. See? What we're doing here is not trying to do anything special, anything extraordinary. It's just looking at the content of the mind and stop believing in it. That's how the power is withdrawn from it, because I'm the one feeding it. So if I overlook that, whatever thoughts appear, if I don't believe in them, if I don't identify with them, then what power do they have over me? Can a thought hurt me? The thought cannot hurt me. A thought is a passing cloud. But because there's such a strong identification with the sense of identity, which is a thought, by the way, and on top of that, I am so identified with every single thought, also known as beliefs, every thought that is identified, that I use to keep supporting this sense of identity, it seems as though the mind has power over me when the mind tells me a story, a possibility of this could happen, or you're this or that or whatever. You see, now it seems like, oh, my mind has so much power over me. But what if I'm just simply being? And the mind, the thoughts comes up. You're not good enough. You're a piece of crap. You're worthless. Or, this is the trick, you're wonderful. You're the best that there is. There's no one else like you, in a sense that you're better than anybody else. You can do it. You see, it seems like those thoughts are better than the previous ones. But if you believe in the good ones, guess what? You're going to have to believe in the bad ones. You see, because all thought refers to a seeming person. But what if I simply look at the thoughts, or the thoughts are simply seen as just that? What difference does it make? You see? Now the mind cannot deceive me, cannot fool me. And in that sense, where is its power? See? The power comes from the source. The source gives power to the mind and overlooks, forgets that the mind is a projection from the source. It's a product from the source. What you are is the source, not the individual, not the one who thinks the thoughts. You are that in which thoughts seems to appear. That's why this always point to silence in that sense. These words are not for you. I'm not talking to you. Again, this is the limitation of language and the appearance, and the limitation within the appearance of as if there's an I speaking to you. These words are to see the resonance in them. And what I mean by that is that, let's put it to the test. Notice how thoughts appear, and yet just in being, just be, and in beingness, without projecting any meaning to the thoughts, I'm going to ask you, does those thoughts has any power over you? And by experience, you have to realize that, of course, they don't have any power over me, because there's no identification with a me. There's just simply pure beingness. Thoughts seems to appear. If I don't identify it, or if there's no identification with the thoughts, all that there is what is. And the what isness simply is. You see? And that's how you can see for yourself that the thoughts, the mind, has no power over you. You see? The mind cannot exist without you. When I'm talking you, I'm not talking you person. I'm saying that in the space, like whatever you want to call that, which in reality has no name to it, but in what is where the mind seems to appear. That's why it is says that the mind cannot exist without you, but you can exist without the mind, because you are what always is. I am. And the I am, I'm not referring to the personalized I am. I'm talking about the space, what is. That's it. Everything seems to appear in it. Therefore, nothing can appear without what is. See, the mind, or anything that seems to be a part of it, cannot appear without what is. You see? But what is always is without the appearance of a mind or anything else. When you go to bed at night and you fall asleep and you're in deep sleep, you could say that the conceptual mind has disappeared. You see? There you go. There's nothing in there. But the isness, which is all there is, that never ceases to be. See? That's what you are. That's what we're pointing to. So by believing in the mind, it's not meaning that the mind has any power over you. It's that it's very deceitful, and you're believing in the story. And the mind is a wonderful storyteller, and it'll tell stories about anything. Why this has happened? What does it mean? What is my purpose? Why should I do? Why am I here? And all kinds of questions, when in reality simply be. And in beingness is just curious. Oh, look at the mind, what it's coming up with. But now it can be seen instead of reacted to. So anyhow, this is the inspiration that came through this instrument, if you want to call it that way, or through me, it doesn't really matter. And I hope it served. And as always, may peace permeate the mind so that love can be extended.